So nice to see you. You look very, very, very lovely from here. So tell you what, before we get going, I don't know how many of you here know each other, so let's try a little thing. Those who are on the opposite of each side of the aisle, if you could just get to the nearest person to you, give a high five, and just say, "Hi, my name is X." Let's try that now. Yeah, it means you'd have to get up, I know you drive here maybe after a long day. I see more persons are coming in. Want to say thank you for being here. And my name is Sean Downer, and I have the privilege to guide you through this evening's proceedings. But before we get on with the meat of the matter, if you'll just indulge me, let us pause in a moment of reflection as we give thanks. We all know what happened since week, so let's just bow our heads if you'd like, and let's do this. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your goodness. We thank you for life and life in abundance. We thank you for your extended mercies on these islands of the Cayman Islands, Lord. And as we gather here this evening with friends, family, loved ones, and bright minds, we invite your presence as everyone who comes to share and to participate, may they do so with a heart filled with sunshine, a heart filled with gratitude. And those who are on their way, as you hasten their steps, protect them too, because it's a Friday and sometimes persons on the road can be crazy. But as they get into this place, may they sense the energy, and as we celebrate young minds producing with the gifts and talents that you have given them. We just thank you for your blessings. In your Son's name we pray. Amen. Again, good evening. I'd like to say welcome to an exciting evening of creativity, inspiration, and celebration of Cayman's young writers. Again, I'm absolutely thrilled to be your host again this year. And if you've joined us before, you already know how special this evening will be. And if you're here for the very first time, man, I tell you, you're in for a treat. You're going to witness the remarkable talents of some of the brightest minds in our community, and they will share stories that are bound to stir up your imagination and touch your hearts. As we go through this afternoon, they'll be showcasing their incredible strength and courage and dedication and imagination of our authors. So, relax, get comfortable, don't fall asleep, as we dive into this evening's storytelling magic. You can put your hands together. Yeah. All right. So our first reading, as we are wasting no time, we're on the clock today, is a special person who is a past winner of this competition. And it would be good to kind of hear from that past winner as to where they are now. But as she comes, please make welcome Abriana Cooper. Please make Abriana Cooper come.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to be reading an introduction on behalf of Michael Pilling, Friends of the Library. I am very pleased to provide, on behalf of the Friends of the Library, an introduction to the results of the 2024 Cayman Young Writers Competition. This is the fourth year of the competition, and it continues to grow both in terms of the number of entries and of schools participating. We thank everyone who took part, whether or not their entry was selected for inclusion in this book. Thank you to Cayman International School and John Gray High School for submitting the most entries this year. We believe it is very important to recognize and thank our dedicated team of judges whose voluntary contribution is central to the success of the competition. Thanks to J. Wallace Platts, Janet Harris, Dee Burrows, Dr. Erica Gordon, Dr. Stephanie Fullerton Cooper, Michelle Brooks, Michael Ferrier, and Patricia Hansen. We also thank the Public Library Service of the Cayman Islands for allowing us to hold our presentation event in the historic library building in Georgetown, and to Sean Downer for acting as MC. I also want to thank the entire team at the Friends of the Library, in particular our treasurer Jennifer Bodden, who has not only looked after all the financial aspects of the competition, but also dealt with many other practical matters arising. Of course, the major accolade belongs to Karen Chen of CLM Publishing, whose continued dedicated commitment to the competition remains the key to its ongoing success. Karen shows no sign of slowing down in her commitment, which covers every aspect of the competition, from setting out the entry criteria, publicizing and encouraging participation, engaging and liaising with the judging panel, and of course, supervising the entire publication process. Please enjoy the book, Michael Pilling, Friends of the Library.
Thank you. Abriana, come here before you go. Let me just trouble you. So you won this, was it last year or the year before? The year before. What has life been like for you since that time to now?
I guess it was a bit of, it stroked my ego and kind of like encouraged me to continue writing. And it allowed me to see that it could be something for the future and not just, it could be something fun and it can also be something real and something that I do in my day-to-day life.
And what kind of support you would have said made it possible for you when you entered this competition to deliver the way you did?
I would say my parents, especially my mom, who's a literature teacher. She was really encouraging, and she helped me process my ideas, and she helped me edit and do everything, and she was really encouraging through the whole process.
Awesome. Congratulations to you again. Hey, one more time for her. And that's a wonderful segue for me, because I sat here and I looked in the audience and I see lots of young ones and I see many big ones. Some with colorful ears like mine. I'd like to die, but I can't do that yet. I'm going to celebrate it. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to ask all the parents, friends of parents, for all the writers, if you could just stand so we can recognize you. You're in this room, you're here because you're supporting your child who is a writer. You stayed up with them at various hours. Look at that. Wow, congratulations. As you heard from Arbiana just now, your support makes a world of difference. Keep doing what you're doing. You may have a seat. Part of the ongoing relationship with the Cayman Young Writers and Friends of the Library is we also give back. And for the giving back today, we would like to present the library with a set of books. While we await for the representative from the library to come, I'd like to proceed with the next item on our agenda. Our first reading, which will take place in 3 to 5 minutes, will come from a guest author. And our guest author today is Stephanie Crawford Jackson, where she'll be sharing from her book, Sadie and Socks. Sadie and Socks, Stephanie Crawford Jackson. Please make her welcome.
Good evening, everyone. I am so delighted to be here, and I'm so elated to see all the young writers. And I'm here to just encourage as well as a guest author. I'll just read this book, Sadie and the Socks, which I've written most recently. It's actually about a little girl that has, I say, attention disorder. Most of us can relate to it. But this socks was a particular sock that helps her with that type of, call it, I wouldn't say addiction, but that type of way that she has, right? So I'll just read a little of it. This story takes place in a little town with a lovely family who has a little girl named Sadie. The weekend has passed, and it was Monday morning. Sadie ran upstairs, all excited to get ready for school, while her parents got ready for work. But half an hour passed. As she looked at the clock, the mother wondered what was taking her daughter so long. "Come on, Sadie, you're going to be late for school," shouted Mom as she heard the familiar sound of whining coming from Sadie's room. "I can't find my socks," said Sadie as she sobbed on the floor, throwing her family socks everywhere. "But there's so many socks to choose from, Sadie," Mom said as she entered the room. "But all those socks annoys me." How can your socks annoy you, Sadie?" asked Mom. "They all have seams and they annoy my toes," said Sadie, still searching the box of socks. Then suddenly, there was a smile on Sadie's face as she picked up a familiar pair of socks from the box. "Here's my socks, Mom. I found them." "But these are worn out socks, Sadie," said Mom. "I don't care. They are the only ones that have no seams. And these are my favorite," said Sadie. Mom smiled because they were her aunt's socks. Mom knew there were seams, but only because they were sewn so neatly that they don't annoy Sadie's toes. As Sadie found her favorite socks, she smiled. Although they were worn out, she still pushed her little feet in them and happily rushed downstairs. "Come on, Mom, I don't want to be late for school," said Sadie. So, "I have to buy her a new pair of iron socks," she said, "always on time for school." Mom smiled as she said goodbye to Dad and hurried through the door. Sadie and her sister were already in the car, all bottled up, and Mom drove off to school. Sadie had a great day at school because she was happy and had her favorite socks on. The end.
Thank you. Before you go, where can we get a copy of that book?
Okay, sorry. Yes, you can find it is in Cayman Bay at no at next chapter. Next chapter. It is also on Amazon if you choose to go online, and you can find it also at CLM Publishing online as well. All right, so you can find a copy of it if you choose. Like Sadie on the socks.
Thank you. All right, give it up for her one more time. And as we were sharing it with you earlier, part of what we do is giving back. And so at this time, I'm going to invite our representative from CLM Publishing, Lady Karen Chin, to come as she makes a presentation to Diane Passon from the library. Please make her welcome.
Of course, thank you, Sean. Good evening, everyone. I was quite content in the back there, and Sean does this each time, but I'm grateful for the library, for Friends of the Library as well, as we can present to the library services these books from Friends of the Library and CLM Publishing. Thank you.
I don't know about you. One time gone, I thought I'd be a good writer of poems, but I tend to only write when I have a broken heart, so I haven't written in years, so I don't know what's going to happen. Next, we have our second guest author reading. And it's going to be again for 3 to 5 minutes, and it will come from Aniki Hill from her book, Signs of Us. Signs of Us, Aniki Hill. Please make her welcome.
Good evening, everyone. I'll tell you something special about this little building. When I was about your age, I would come here after school. This was the entire public library. This is where my brother and I would come and we would read comics, we would read Tintin. This is where I got my first chapter books. I'm really just glad to be here again. This evening, I'll read 2 poems for you from my book, Signs of Us. I know that a lot of you are story writers, but I am one of those story writers that likes to lean toward rhyme sometimes. But this is a book of poems, Signs of Us, and it's an exploration of the Caymanian identity in poetry. But for this one, I'm going to need some help from the audience. Y'all ready? Can you just warm up your voices by saying, ah, ah. So there's a chorus to this poem. And it's this: ping, ping, pong, piano in the back. Ping, ping, pong, piano in the back. Can you say it? Let's try it. Ping, ping, pong, piano in the back. Ping, ping, pong, piano in the back. Now, Bordentowners will disown you if you've never heard this tale. A man with a tongue so heavy, but a wit that would never fail. He wasn't born piano, but piano he became. This is the true story of how one simple man found fame. Now back in good old Dallas, anybody know where Dallas is in Cayman? Shame on you. Bordentown is Dallas. Back in good old Dallas, when the roads was more like tracks, travel was by foot or sea or on a donkey's back. But our man, he had a vision and didn't stop till it came true. No sore foot or donkey feeding. He knew just what he would do. Ready? Ping, ping, pong, piano in the back. Ping, ping, pong, piano in the back. He drove his new truck into town, and as his guest was sure, his people wasn't interested in donkeys anymore. Church people every Sabbath would climb up on the back, provisions, rope and cloth, beans and flour by the sack. Lumber and materials from the shipyards he would bring. Beef and apples Christmas time. Carolers would climb on to sing. He became indispensable, and the villagers would soon forget. Sore donkey, you know that though, from miles of donkey, back to sunburn and sweat. Y'all ready? Ping, ping, pong, piano in the back. Ping, ping, pong, piano in the back. But the day of fame arrived. The parson sent for him to come. I need you to move the church piano, and you're the man to get it done. Now he needed help to have it. With several men, he got her on. Somebody said, try so tie that down. But before they could, the man was gone. He didn't get more than about halfway when he began to feel that weight shift slightly in the back. His fame and fate were almost sealed. Was it a bump or a fast corner? Nobody is here to tell. But in the blink of an eye, the church piano went to hell. Ping, ping, pong, piano in the back. Ping, ping, pong, piano in the back. He had only had one job, to quickly and by any means bring the piano to the town hall, but it was smashed to smithereens. He climbed down out the front that fateful afternoon, looked down on it and said, well, you played your last tune. The pieces of that old piano sit out behind my Aunt Addie's well. And the story of his naming was his favorite one to tell. That is how he became piano from East End to far West Bay. What he did with his newfound fame is a tale for another day. Ready? Ping, ping, pong, piano in the back. Ping, ping, pong, piano in the back. Thank you very much. I'll leave you with one more story. Children of the sea. Deep in Duppy water. You all know what Duppy water is? Duppy water is when the water is so deep that you cannot see the bottom. What you see is the light going in two different directions. In Cayman, we call that Duppy water. You all know what a Duppy is? Oh, okay. A Duppy is a ghost, right? So deep in Duppy water, a titan caught by flame sank beneath the waves, never to be seen again. Schools of fish swam scattered, making way for his decline, and all that really mattered was lost to me and mine. As his spirit found the bottom, his ash melted in the sea. It drifted with the currents, trying to find its way to me. The church bells brought it to us, and the screams confirmed the news that the seventh of his shipwrecks was the one where we would lose. I rinsed in Pan Shoal waters, clutched his ashes to my breast. All that counted had been taken, might as well just give the rest, but unborn children called us forward, all with his nose, one with his eyes, each at 6 weeks brought to the water and in his loving arms baptized. These children know him well because he comes to them in dreams. He rocks them in his hammock, patches up their tattered seams. When they travel Duppy waters, they can feel him drawing near, whispering words of love and wisdom that their ears alone can hear. 300 years of fathers ride the waves up to this beach, singing songs to their grandchildren, lessons no one else can teach. Sons and daughters of the Titans, do not forget who you can be. Sanctified by living waters, you are children of the sea. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Aniki. Wonderful. Well, all that's in my head as you read was just ping, ping, pong, piano in the back. Well done. All right, so we're going to do our first batch of presentations. And so I'm going to ask you for your kind assistance. So if you just step down there for me. And for all the names I'll be calling today, they're in no particular order for the list that I'll be going through. So first, we'd like to give a presentation to the writer of Hotel Robbery, Finn Tibbetts. Is Finn Tibbetts here? Yeah, please, yes, come Finn, come for your prize. Awesome. So right here, Finn, there you go. Congratulations. No paparazzi for Finn? Bella and Gillette, Adelaide Bridget Drabok. Finn, you want to come back, Finn? Okay. Bella and Gillette. Adelaide Bridget Drobak. Is that author here? No? Okay. We move on. How the Stars Came to Be. Poppy Begg Smith. Yay. Hey, Poppy. Lost in London. Amoya Aurora. Operation Guava, Zachary Wu. Zachary here? Okay, Zachary's not here. All right, so this one is a big one. So it says, Sisterhood Amidst the Tempest, a tale of love lost and the fight against climate change. Zara Majid. The Dark Side of the Ocean. Oh, this sounds like a movie. Cayman Islands. The Fox and the Moon. Aurelian Walker. Moving on. The Library of Wonders. Ella Rose Dickinson. Congratulations. The Villain. Emma Paul. Congratulations again to our first 10 receivers of these gifts. May you enjoy your reading. Put your hands together again for them, and thank you. And thank you, Aniki, for your kind assistance. Now to our next guest author. This author has 4 to 6 minutes. I'd like to invite to us at this time, Catherine Tyson, Somebody's Mama and Single Mama. Somebody's Mama and Single. Oh, she's not here? All right, Catherine is not here. Don't worry, I didn't write a book, so I won't read. Tell you what, I'm going to invite at this time, is Graham here? Awesome. So Graham Morris, please come. The Island That Time Forgot and Fatal Fix. Please make him welcome.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to see so many young writers here in Cayman. You're so lucky to have this competition, to have the Friends of the Library, and lucky to have Karen Chin to publish your story for you. I only started to write when I was 70, so I've had to do a lot of learning. Although I had 3 books published, I'm still learning. One lesson that stuck in my mind that I'd like to share with you. There are 5 questions that you need to answer for every story. So when I'm telling you the questions, think about your story and think about whether you've answered them. Who is the main character? What does he or she want? What are the obstacles in the way? What's stopping he or she getting what she wants? How is the matter resolved? How is it going to come to an end? And will anybody care about what happens? Now, I'm going to take a risk here. I want to illustrate this story. Hands up those of you who know the story of Little Red Riding Hood? Oh, good, lots. That's a relief. Right, well, as you know, it's a fairy tale written by the Grimm brothers, I think about 1860, which has been told and retold over the years. So let me get your help in understanding this story and how the Grimm brothers answer the 5 questions. Who is the main character? Don't be shy. Who is the main character? Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah, well, that was an easy one, wasn't it? The story grows out of the character. We have to have an interesting character. What do we know about Little Red Riding Hood? Don't be shy. Don't speak up. Okay, well, it's a long time ago since you read it, I'm sure. Or so you had it read to. Well, she's very innocent. She's very naive, and she loves her grandmother. What does she want to do? Can you remember what she wants to do? I can't hear at the back. Does anyone know the answer? Yes, someone here does. What does she want to do? Speak up. Well, I think what you're saying is she wants to go and see her grandmother. Is that right? Yeah. She wants to go and see her grandmother, and her mother tells her to take cake and wine with her to her grandmother in her cottage in the woods. Well, what are the obstacles in a way? The story is not going to be very interesting if there aren't some obstacles, some problems that crop up. Because if she just took the wine and the cake and walked down the path of grandma and gave it to her, well, it wouldn't be a very interesting story, would it? So, what are the obstacles in the way of Little Red Riding Hood? Well, there are a lot of things going to happen to stop her. On the way, who does she meet? A wolf? Yeah, she meets a wolf. And the wolf seems to be very friendly, and she sort of chats away with him, and she tells him that her grandmother, where her grandma lives. Oh, that sounds like trouble, doesn't it? She shouldn't have done that. Well, then the wolf distracts her by telling her to pick flowers and to take them to her grandma. And then while she's doing that, the wolf goes into the cottage and eats her grandma. So when she enters the cottage, the wolf is dressed in grandma's clothes, and the wolf eats Little Red Riding Hood and goes to sleep snoring. Well, things couldn't get much worse than that, could they? So how is it going to be sorted? How is the matter going to be resolved? Well, a woodcutter hears the snoring, and he enters the cottage, and he sees the wolf asleep. He's about to shoot the wolf with a rifle, and then he thinks, well, maybe the wolf's eaten grandma. So he takes a knife, and he cuts her open, and Little Red Riding Hood and grandma escape, alive and well. Little Red Riding Hood fetches some stones and sews them into the stomach of the wolf, so when the wolf gets up and tries to run away, he dies. And she gives grandma the cake and wine that she brought. So, it's been resolved. Does anybody care about Little Red Riding Hood? When you're reading the story, did you worry about it? Did you worry about it? Did you care? Of course you did. We all care what happened to her. And the moral of the story is that she's changed her character. She started off a very innocent young girl, disobedient, didn't listen to her mother, and now, of course, she won't do the same thing in the future. So those are the 5 questions that you have to remember, and I'll just repeat them again. Think of your own story and whether you can answer them. Who is the main character in your story? What does he or she want? What are the obstacles in the way as they get more and more difficult? And how is it going to be resolved in the end? How is it going to be ended? And will anybody care about the character, about your story? So, that's all I have from me, unless you have any questions. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Graham, for those 5 key points to ensure that bring out in our writing. Give it one more time for Graham, please. All right, so we're going to do our second batch of presentation. Do I trouble you, Karen? Awesome. So when you hear your name, please come and receive what we have for you. Graham, could you please come? The World Beneath the Sea, Maya Jordan. Those 2 minutes, Rhea Swaminathan. Todd of Lagoon and the Great Big Cloud of Doom. Poppy. Change, Harisha Wilder. The Escape, Isabel Ashworth. Go Graham is saying, not just a myth, Mara Puman Brad. Best summer ever, Michaela Powell. Difficult decisions, Molly Desseran. Molly isn't here. From Trouble to Noble, Michaela Powell. Malachi Powell, thank you. And the final one for now, The Mission, Ashley Spencer. Ashley isn't here? Okay. Our next guest author is a well-rounded person I've come to realize. But let's please make welcome Miss Melissa Bridge Mahan with her book, Sean, the Spirited Sloth.
Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you to Miss Chin from CLM for inviting me today. She gave me a big surprise this afternoon when I walked in. I was not hoping to have a physical copy in my hand, so I'm so happy to share this special moment with you all. My book is called Sean the Spirited Sloth, and this book is about a sloth with ADHD. I am a behavior technician, and so I frequently work with students with autism and ADHD, and I felt compelled to spread awareness some shape or form, and I thought, what better way to do it with a book? So I'll share a bit of it with you. Hi there, my name is Sean. I have ADHD. A is for attention, D is for deficit, H is for hyperactivity, D is for disorder. In the morning, Mom helps me get ready for school. I love going to school, but I'm always forgetting something. Wait, Sean, don't forget your backpack, Mom shouted. At school, I get super excited to play on the monkey bars, slides, and swings. Sean, we want a turn too, Valerie said to me. I try, but sometimes it's very hard because I want to do it all. I'm sorry, I'm shaking so much. My friends get mad at me, and it makes me feel so sad. My brain has so many ideas, and it's hard to focus on one thing at a time. I love my brain, but sometimes it makes me do and say things I don't mean. Most days, I can't stop my hands and feet from wiggling around. Click, clack, click, clack. Sean, that's too loud. Put your pencil away, said Miss Valentina. Miss Bennett, the school counselor, will be seeing you today, Sean. You can talk to her about how you're feeling, said Mom. She will not understand. Miss Bennett is an expert in ADHD. She knows all about it and will give you a few tricks that will help you organize those great ideas you have, she explained. All right, I'll give it a try, I said. So that's just a little snippet of my book, and I hope you enjoy, and it was a pleasure to share it with you all today. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa, and congratulations on your book. For a moment when I saw Sean, I thought it was me, but it's spelled S-H-E-U-N and I'm S-E-A-N, so no, it's not me. Not to worry. At this time, we're going to do our presentations of tablets. Let's finish the books. Thank you, Karen. So, Unsorted Colors, Amaya Bryan. Amaya Bryan, Unsorted Colors. Butterfly Taps, Isaiah Allen. Mirror, Trisilda Grant. Out of This World, Kayla Dawkins. Stand Together, Stand Forever, Alex G. Robinson. The Enchanted Library of Shadows, Tegan Simpson. Who Am I? Trevon Turner. Crown of Ambition, Hannah Sekou. Super Mecha Heroes Mission, Alexander Marcus Torbe. Thank you, Melissa. At this time, I'm going to invite Cooper, D. Cooper, to come to assist us with the presentations of the tablets. Please make him welcome. So as we get into the top 10, the names that are about to be called are in no particular order. First category, age group 10 to 13. When you hear a name, if you're in the room, please come up and receive your prize. Alex Robinson. Stand together, stand forever. Hannah Siku, Crown of Ambition. Best Summer Ever, Michaela Powell. Mara Pramandad, Not Just a Myth. And Tegan Simpson, The Enchanted Library of Shadows. Now, that's it for our age group 10 to 13. Now we move on to our age group 14 to 17. And first up we have Isaiah Allen, Butterfly Taps. Followed by The Escape, Zara Majid. Followed by Who Am I, Trevon Turner. Followed by Difficult Decisions, Molly Desaron. And finally, I think I may have had a Steve Harvey moment. The Escape, Isabel Ashworth. Please give it up one more time for the top 10 in all categories, ages 10 to 13 and 14 to 17. Congratulations to everyone. I want to say thank you to as well to our presenters. Do we have Miss Tyson in the house? Is Miss Tyson here now? No? Okay. All right. Miss Karen? Yes. The big prizes, please, as she goes to her auditors and brings the envelopes. And again, as she does that, we want to say thanks to all our judges in the meantime. Michelle Brooks, Dr. Stephanie Fullerton Cooper, uh, Michael Farrell, Dr. Erica Gordon, Dee Burrows, Janet Harris, J. Wallace Platt, and Patrice Hansen. Please give them congratulations. I know, right? And I'm going to invite again Sir Linville to just come and to assist with these presentations. And in third place, the winner in the age group 14 to 17, this goes to Trevon Turner. Who I? Give it up one more time. And again, in third place in the 10 to 13 category, Stand Together, Stand Forever, Alex Robinson. Second place winners, age groups 10 to 13. Crown of Ambition, Hannah Siku. Still in the second place, age groups 14 to 17. Give it up for The Escape, Isabel Ashworth. Isabel, you know, you're being put on the spot. This is your second time around. Come up beside me. I was instructed to. Let's hear from you. Tell us, you heard the second time. What are you doing? What's your formula?
Well, I think what's helpful maybe is thinking about an issue that's relevant. Like, for example, this story that I wrote about, it was about refugees. And I think that's particularly relevant in this day and age, and maybe just writing something that's from the heart, so it means a lot to you.
Congratulations. Keep up the good work. And now, okay, yes, I'm taking a breath. Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, as we do the first place. And I'm going to go the age 14 to 17 category. Talking about sisterhood amidst the tempest of a tale of love and loss. Fight against climate change, Zara Majid. Congratulations, Zara. Zara, you're going to come and give us a piece of. Congratulations, Zara. Congratulations.
This is my third year competing in the competition and my third year getting into the book. And each year I come here. The first 2 years I didn't get much, but I was so proud that I actually got into the book. And you know, third time's the charm, as they say. I mean, thank you so much.
Congratulations, Zara. If I could only find your excerpt quickly. 17. That's fine. There you go.
My story is Sisterhood Amid the Tempest, a tale of love, loss, and the fight against climate change. Tap, tap, tap. The sharp sound echoed in the quiet waiting room as Dahlia nervously bobbed her foot up and down against the unfamiliar linoleum floors, while the world around her buzzed with the hospital's fluorescent lights, speaking nurses' shoes and cries. These sounds paled compared to the pounding fear in her head. The steady rhythm of her foot kept her grounded as she anxiously waited the news about her sister Kira. It had only been 5 minutes since her sister's mangled body was rushed into the emergency room. Yet, Dahlia's knuckles grew pale as she gripped the waiting room chairs. She heard whispers like rustling leaves echoing in the sterile air, dissecting her appearance. Dahlia shifted uncomfortably, aware of her bare feet and tattered salt-soaked clothing. Her coastal attire seemed out of place among the polished families in the waiting room, but no judgmental stares could shake her resolve to be there for her sister. Her heart thumped as she replayed the storm's terror, their desperate search, and finding Kira broken and battered on the shore.
Congratulations. If you want to know more, you got to get the book. Go get the book. Congratulations again to you, Zara. Third time the charm. All right, please make welcome Mr. Johnson, Linville Johnson, please.
Thank you, Sean. Good evening, everyone. My name is Linville Johnson, for those of you who don't know me. I am the founder and president of Reimagine Finances. I have been a banker for the past 20 years or so, and during that time I've helped quite a few persons with their finances. In fact, what I'm working on, why I'm so happy to be here today is that I'm also a new author myself. My new book, which is about to be published, Paychecks to Prosperity, this will be launched in November. In fact, that's next week, right? And so I'm quite happy to be here. I'm also excited that the young writers, and I wish I'd started that early, because I did this very late in life, but it's good to see young people writing, and I wish for you all to continue and grow in that space, because it's an interesting space to be. All right? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Linville, and congratulations. Now, as he goes back down, I'm going to ask all the young writers in the room, please, to stand. All the writers in the room, just stand. All the young writers in the room, please stand. Now, look at them, everyone who is seated. Yes, some of them are your family members, some are friends, some of you would have seen each other at school or may just be meeting each other for the first time. Those of you who are seated, I'd like for you to give your biggest applause in celebrating and acknowledging them. And for those of you who are standing, keep on doing what you're doing. Even if you didn't get called up here today, like Zara said, don't stop. Go back. If you have to go on the boat, sit on your patio, at school, wherever you're going to get your inspiration, get inspired, keep writing. And congratulations to all of you. You may be seated. Still, in first place, the final drum roll. Let's make it, tap your hands. In the 10 to 13 age group, And believe it or not, this is not just a myth. Mara, Pamela, and Brad. Not just a myth. Congratulations, Mara. And Mara, you're not going to escape it when you're finished. You're going to come too. Yes, you're going to tell us about your journey to the top.
This is my third time doing this competition. The first time I got in the top 10, which was honestly amazing because I didn't think I'd get there. And last time I got second, and I was kind of unsure this time about how I would do, but it was just amazing to find out. And I'm so thankful for the people in my life, especially my friends and parents and teachers who kept pushing me. I shook muddy water off of my boots as I stepped out of the moat, the damp grass collecting dirt from the soles of my shoes. Swiftly climbing the stone staircase for a better view of the mansion, my eyes scanned for any signs of life, fueled either by paranoia or the need to debunk the haunted tales surrounding the place. Stone statues' eyes seemed to follow me. Trying to ignore their prying eyes, I continued walking. The faster I reached the mansion, the sooner I could prove to my friends, once and for all, that there was no such thing as haunted mansions. They simply didn't exist. We weren't in some outrageous fictional story. This old, run-down building had just gotten a bad reputation. Weren't we taught not to judge a book by its cover? Everyone was so scared of this ancient beauty that they produced these silly, superstitious stories about ghosts and other deities roaming the palace to convince themselves and others that it should be left alone. What a bunch of baloney.
Again, you want to know more, go get the book, and congratulations to you. Friends, thank you for being here. I want to say, stay in love with words. Stay in love with creativity. Stay in love with taking the words from your thoughts, putting it to paper. Stay in love with being inspirational, because we're here to support you. We will read what you write. And so in closing today, I want to thank our sponsors again, the Cayman Library Society, the Cayman Islands Public Library, and Friends of the Library, and CLM Publishing. Please put your hands together for them. We want to also thank Mr. Robert Lynch and K-Works, our media production, for recording and streaming the event. I want to say hello to our friends of the live in the World Wide Web. And our next competition, this opens on the 1st of May 2025. So mark the date, parents, put it down from now, get the ball going. May 1st, 2025. And remember, before you leave, please take the time to go to the back to see Karen to make sure you leave here with your copy of this year's edition. Thank you for spending your Friday afternoon with us. I had 1 hour to get you through this activity, and I believe that was accomplished. Be safe on the roads, and remember, stay supportive of each other, and see you again next year. Bye-bye.